What's up, guys? So today we're just going to review some of the stocks over the weekend just to get an idea of where we're looking for entries. So I just want to quickly go over SCHD real quick. If you're looking at dollar cost average in this, I wouldn't be buying yet. $78, dividend ETF. There are definitely better prices to wait for. I'm looking at it right now. Go from 78. Let's pull back to 75 to start accumulating another position. Let's pull back another 2 to 3%. That's where I'm looking to make my entry, to start dollar cost averaging in again, right in this range. Had this nice peak, retested the peak. This is a lower high compared to this one right here. As you can see, you have it right here, and then the other lower high for the other viewers that are new to this right here. So I think that we have a potential sell-off here to 75, come back down here, and that's where I'm looking to make my entry, right in this bar. I'll dollar cost average in there. Let's go to GameStop real quick. GameStop is actually building some momentum right now. It just made a new high at $23.80. It has been selling off for the whole last month. As you can see, it's done nothing but sell off after it hit a high of 80, went all the way down to $17 as its low. And then now we had this nice reversal back up from $21 down to $17, back up to $24. Not much buying opportunity. Look at this thin wick right here, coming up and down, very thin wick. So buyers accumulating at 21.6. Let's see what they do with it on Tuesday when the market opens back up. I expect to see some resistance at this $30 range if we can get there, but let's just first see if we can retest this high at $23.80 and see if we can get past that. If not, let's retest that 17.7, go a little lower. QQQ, all-time new highs, broke through, retesting 460. It's definitely going to try to make a retest of that. 461 rejected hard down to 451 in the last 5 days, sold back up to 459. You know, if you're dollar cost averaging over time, who cares? Just buy every week and call it a day. SQQQ, that's the inverse of the QQQ, the NASDAQ. I mean, you guys know me. I'm always trying to time this bottom over here. It's all it does is sell off, not holding any shares currently. But if it retests the QQQ 260, I'll take a stab at it. Why not? 937. I mean, look at year to date. It was $15 down to 960. This thing has gotten killed over the last year. It's down over 100%. So just looking at that, going from there. AMC, if you're buying this, you're just hoping and praying. I mean, these companies are terrible, GameStop and AMC. They're not companies you want to hold long term, but you want to put some fun money in there and you want to try to enjoy the ride and see if you can get a ride from $5 back up to 10. I don't blame you. Just make sure it's a smaller portion of your portfolio. It looks like it's holding this level at $4.26, but don't risk too much money. Don't lose that. Buy good companies like Amazon, Google, Nvidia, and just let them work over time and grow. Anyways, let's look at Amazon. Amazon is making this trend line, as you can see right here. Let me bring up this trend channel so you can see. This is a mini one. This is what it's doing. It's trading within these boundaries, but it's going lower. So let's keep an eye on it. Let's see if it's going to keep doing that. Bring out the 6-month chart here. I honestly want to see Amazon retest around this level at 175. Why do I pick that level? Because if you zoom in over here, you can see that right here we have resistance where it popped up, sold off, popped up, sold off, popped up. Right here, sold off. It held it for a second, got under it, held it, and then look at that. Boom, blasted up from 175. And then what do we got right here? Look at this bad boy. So zooming in here, we can see more lines to give us like more belief in our position here. If I look for a position in this 175 range, right in here, right in here, and right in here, we have potential more selling off coming from Amazon. Hopefully we pull back to like 175, 2-3%. Then we look to get back in there and make that trade. You know, whenever I'm making these videos, I'm always trying to find the next base of where to swing trade these. But we'll see. There is potential for more downside, but when you look at it, I like that first attempt for 175. Stop loss at 165 if it keeps going lower. Next, looking at Coinbase. Coinbase had this nice run up Nice bullish move up. And now we have resistance right here. Now, if it can break through this, this is going to be huge because you definitely have this bull flag right here forming. So you had this nice run up and now it's pulling back, controlled selling, and then 200. If it could break through 240, I think we can make a move back up to 283. Just keep in mind your risk profile. I mean, you're going from 238 all the way up to 240. You're going for 18%, but look at your downside. Your downside's over 30%. So just definitely be careful with that as you're going with that. I want to hit Tesla real quick. Tesla has been bullish, and that yesterday move was awesome. 173 back up to 179. I got shares long term in this. It's in the taxable portfolio. Always check out that playlist. We go over the about once a week. We just post the long term portfolio gains in it and what we're buying every single month with it. But 138 ran up, and now it's been consolidating from about 200 to 168. That's the range we're playing in right now. Right now, it's very difficult to see. If you want to buy shares, I get it. I took a chance. I have a cost basis around 154. We're just holding the position, just seeing where it goes. But it's hard to tell. This chart almost looks broken just looking at it. You can't really tell. Looking at if you look at a 5-year, this looks totally just bearish. You know, it's just selling off the whole time. But we'll see. It's got to get above 210, and it's got to break out of this whole channel. So to get out of there, it's like 210 to 220. So you got a long way to go with them. Home Depot, this is a company that I'm definitely going to be buying long term. I've been waiting to get into them. Nothing makes me happier than when I'm about to buy something long term and it sells off even more. That is awesome. So it was holding this level right here, as you can see, and then it snapped. So 330 has finally broke. You had the retest here, the retest here, the retest here, and what did it do? It sold off. So now we're looking for an entry here, and we're trying to find a spot where we feel safe enough to start dollar cost averaging. For me, that level is 300. I want to see Home Depot go from 325, anywhere from 305 to 300. I'm going to have some shares. So we need 6 to 7% pullback, and we're going to add this to the long-term portfolio. And, you know, looking at the long-term trend of this stock, am I worried? No, absolutely not. It's done nothing but reward shareholders over the long term. And I like to trade a little bit below this middle. If we can get down here, this is where I want to be. 300 to 305, alert is set for Home Depot. Intel, this company's hard to buy because you look at NVIDIA, and Intel has to carry all those capacity costs and everything. But I do understand if you are going to take a position. Intel, I am patiently waiting. I have to see this stock fail a little more. It's already down over like 50% on the year. Look at this real quick. Looking at the year, we're $50 down to 30. That is pretty close. That's like a 40-something% negative return. But if you look at it, gets even worse. If you look at over 1 year, 51 down to 30, you're down 40-something%. It's building a base to 29.7. I don't blame you if you're taking a long-term position. I'm still being very patient on them. Might miss them, but I'm waiting for 28. But my go-to buy is $25. That's where I'm looking at right down here, which you can see. Next, we're looking at McDonald's. Is another one I'm looking at. I'm going to buy these guys long-term too. Look at this 5-year. Look at the max chart. And this is what I love about it. Look at this trend channel you have, and it goes all the way to here. So it's just been in this channel, and it's finally potentially going to break. If we can break 258, we'll sell back down, 215, and then we'll look at enter at the low 200s. That's what I want. All right, guys, so that's the channel, Trading Simplified over here. Check out my top content over here. I got how to set up automatic investments on Fidelity, all different index funds, ETFs, FSELX, the semiconductors, the SMH semiconductor, FDVV, the dividend ETF. Be sure to check those out. There's plenty there for you. Leave a comment if you liked it, and definitely subscribe.